These kinds of sources have not been put in conversations together, and we think we are the first to do so.
McGill University researchers have developed a novel method to improve climate models for Africa by incorporating 19th century missionary records. Climate models rely on historical baselines like temperature and precipitation data to refine projections, but Africa's lack of region-specific historical data and weather stations has created significant uncertainty.
We know very little about how global warming will affect regional patterns of rainfall in place in many regions of the global south, because the data that we're basing the models on is very historically shallow. They come from the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, something like that. Here we've got data in the form of missionary documents that go back a much longer period, and these can be integrated into models to create a stronger, more rounded baseline on which you can project how global warming will affect the region's climate moving forwards.
The study developed a 7-point scale to categorize the historical climate records, placing average conditions in the middle and events like droughts and floods at the extremes. Gooding said they analyzed between 300 to 400 documents that reported on climatic conditions of the time, from so-called explorers like David Livingstone and Richard Burton to letters written by missionaries.
These missionaries went to Africa with very highly racialized preconceptions, which were rooted in climatic determinism. They linked their superiority to the more temperate climates of Europe and North America, and they linked the tropical climate to what they saw as racial inferiority, which of course is complete pseudoscience. It doesn't make sense whatsoever, but it nevertheless is a major feature of the missionary archives, and it makes for uncomfortable reading.
Researchers are concerned with the lack of weather stations on the African continent, which also inform climate models. Europe and the US have 636 radar stations compared to only 37 in Africa, which has a larger landmass, according to the scientific journal Nature.
This is very much a small step in the direction that could trigger for more research along these lines. But we definitely think to take this even further, particularly in Tanzania itself, the next stage of the research needs to be conducted in region with people on the ground.
In Montreal, Erin Seize, City News.